Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to paint cypress trees in transparent watercolor. You can view the materials needed in the description below. The bark of these trees is a greyish colour with a tiny touch of red. As they get older, the bark becomes whiter, a bit like growing grey hair, and the bark becomes a bit more flaky. The outside of the tree has ridges in it, and you'll notice that they're very bulbous at the bottom for stability because they are growing this type, the pond type, in wetlands, swamps, etc., and along the sides of rivers. So that helps stabilize the tree. So you recognize these characteristics to show a realistic representation when painting such trees. And the various branches do travel upwards, and they carry a heavy amount of pine-shaped leaves. And we'll show you how to paint leaves effectively without having to meticulously paint in every single leaf. So you carry on with the main trunks for the tree using that greyish colour, and often at the very top you will see osprey nests. They like to put their nests at the very top of the trees, away from predators, and so that they can get a good vantage point across the rivers and lakes, etc., where they'll hunt for fish. You will notice that at the bottom we have the characteristic knees, sometimes called knobbly knees, because they are a little bit knobbly. Theories expound upon this. Some say it's to help aerate the trees. Some say, well, it's for stability. Some say it's both. So they're characteristics, so you want to include a few of those when drawing these trees in the pond situation. So quite a bit of time drawing in the trunk and the various branches or limbs, and then here and there, whilst wet in wet taking place, dropping in darker colours. I've got the sun mainly cast in from the right, so the left side is a little bit darker. So I've shown that. Now, once those various limbs, branches are done, you can use the side of the brush scraping technique, as I'm demonstrating now, to start dropping in the foliage. You can use something like your number 6 or 5 will do if you have it. 4 might be a little bit too small, but you could try and get away with it. And so you could use Winsor yellow and sap green at this stage, mainly yellow, so it's light. Always start with our lighter colours and go to the darker colours. Later on, we'll be dropping on some darker green foliage. Here we come. We've added some Winsor blue with some of the sap green colour to darken that up. Now, as I say, these leaves are pine in shape, but we're not trying to meticulously draw those. Here and there, you could, if you wish, to drop in a few of those shapes to indicate the type of leaves. So drop in those darker colours here and there, side of the brush technique, plus the pointed end of the brush, etc., to mix it up, vary it. The nest is drawn at the top, and soon we'll just be indicating a couple of shapes of birds, the ospreys coming in. And typically in this location, we do have the Spanish moss. So it's very easy to just indicate that as I'm doing now. You can use a 5 or a 6, whatever you have, or even a 4 size brush. Just use your greyish colour. You'll see in different lighting that the Spanish moss can vary because it depends. It's very translucent, and it depends upon background colors, the amount of sunshine and shade, shadow, etc. But sometimes you'll see very grey, then almost white, and then other times greenish. So you can decide which you prefer for your particular painting location, etc. And that sometimes they come in big clumps and others just thin strands. So vary that up as much as possible for realism. And I think this is taking shape quite nicely. You do find that the tops of these trees are often damaged from the high winds, and that is where the ospreys like to build their nests. So indicating, see, some of the knees I mentioned do have the shape of the bulbous bottom end of the tree behind them, which is often the case. So if you draw in some knees, remember to do that as well. A couple of ospreys at the top for realism and life. And there we have completed trees, cypress trees. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.